Good evening, family. So here we go. Part three, or no, four, excuse me, of Who Am I? Um, Basically, I just had a son. Um, Still not seeing the blessings and God's presence in my life. Running on self will only. Following everything that's going to fail me. Um, Addiction full blast. Mental health full blast. Um, just everything that you could imagine unhealthy in my life was full force, blossomed like the devil would want. So, anyways, my mom, God bless her. I'm back up just a little bit before all this happened. Right when I was a young kid, part of them boyfriends was a guy named Mickey. He came into our life and he treated my mom good, man. He came in. I think I was about 12 or something, maybe a little younger. I think I was about 12. And I gave that man complete cane. You know what I mean? I was not good to him at all. I stole from him. I treated him like nothing. And he loved my mom conditionally. That's why he loved me. He uh, he took care of us. He took care of me like a son, even when I didn't deserve it. You know what I mean? So he was a good man. Well, a little bit before I went to prison the second time, he got in a car accident. So it was a bad car accident. Like, he hit on with this other truck. They were passing off 52, a road up towards Pasco County. Um, he hit head on with another truck, and it put him in hospital. He was in bad shape. Well, they ended up getting some money, you know what I mean? So he bought a new trailer, you know what I'm saying, and had some money. And the second time I was getting out of prison, he came and got me, you know what I mean? So, I was, this was right before I had my kid. I had it all, man. They gave me anything I asked. You know what I'm saying? I was so self-centered, so ruthless, so selfish-driven. No healthiness at all in my life or in my heart. No love for anything. Not even my own child. You know what I mean? Like, you would think that would have been the changing point in my life, but it wasn't. There was a time that me and my friend Mike Downey, I'm going to say his full name because he said I could talk about it. We went out to get some stuff from a corner, and we go off Hillsboro. Another time in God's in my life. This is right before my son was born. We were on a corner off of Hillsboro up there. We pulled down a dark road. We're going to try to get something from somebody, and a guy pulled a gun up pulled it to my head. Well, instead of giving up my $20, I threw my wrist up in front of the gun, and I punched the gas. Well, he shot it, and I guess it was a 38 bullet. It went in my wrist, and instead of going in my head, I had it right above my head. And he went in my wrist and went in the car somewhere. My friend's grabbing around. He didn't know if he got shot. And I got blood squirting everywhere. And we're just driving down the road. I'm trying to get away. So we go down, you know what I'm saying? Instead of go to the hospital, instead of doing anything healthy, we go right down the street to another spot and get what we wanted and get that done before we come back to my house and then explain what happened. And that was a crazy moment. You would think that would be a part, like, maybe like, hello, wake up here. You know what I'm saying? This is not the lifestyle to live, but it wasn't. I got way worse. It brought me to the depths of hell so many times. You know what I mean? And so many times I justified and rationalized insanity. And insanity, the point of knowing what was going to happen and just didn't even care. You know what I mean? Just did it because I knew there was no other way, I thought. So, anyways, God showed up. Didn't get hurt really. Didn't even go to the hospital the next day. The only reason I went to the hospital was to get pain medicine. You know what I mean? Everybody's like, well, you get some pain medicine. I was like, well, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let me go. So I went to the hospital, got some pain medicine. That's the only reason I went. You know what I mean? Fast forward to, I had my son. Mickey was in our lives. I treated him like total dirt, man. Total dirt. Him and my mom. I was ruthless. It wasn't a yes for me. It was not the right answer. And I put them through pure hell, you know what I mean? And they gave me everything. And eventually they ended up broke because of me. I ran them through the ringer, man. It was never enough, and it was always more. And it was all the best stuff, and then I would just give all the stuff away for the stuff I needed. You know what I mean? So it was like crazy, man. Not seeing the blessings all in my life, man. And it's not that money would have made it, but it would have been nice if I would have straightened up then. I could have took care of my son, gave him a life. I could have, I had some worth ethic in me, but, addiction was full blast. Fast forward a little bit. Actually, I'll go back one more time. So before that, I got shot a long time ago. I was about, I think, 10 years old, and my mom was going out to the Mark Twain. It was a bar. And I just telling these stories because it's all the times that God showed up. Me and my friend Jonah, he was a mentally handicapped, but he was a good dude, good kid, man. Totally good-hearted, you know. So we was good friends. I don't know why he hung out with me, but anyways, I was playing around. I got my mom's gun out of her drawer, and we were outside. And I went bam, 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 fired it off, and it was an automatic, a 22 automatic or 21, 25 automatic, whatever, and it was cocked. So we go inside. So I'm holding it, and I went to pull the trigger to let the trigger down and put it back, and it bam, and it went right through my side and out the back. Man, my friend Jonah tripped, man. He was running up down the hallways. Couldn't even take the time to check myself out, and I just shot myself. And I'm running, trying to chase him down, calm him down, because, you know, that flipped him out, man. Plus, he's not all mentally there, so it really upset him. You know, he was a very emotional person. So, anyways, I got him, calmed him down, and checked myself out. Was so scared to put the gun back. I was still alive, so I didn't care. Here we go again. God showed up. Second time. That's the first time I got shot. I'm going to stop with that so I can go and keep trying to get this in all the time effort here so I don't burn up too much time. But those are the two times, and there's one other time when I was a little kid before those two times. When my grandmother and my aunt was still alive, I stole my grandmother's gun, or my aunt's gun, and I was in a ditch playing this girl across the street, Bonnie. I used to, like, you know, we used to play around, and I went over there to try to show off, and I'm trying to pull the trigger. I can't even pull the trigger. It's some big old gun, and her mama caught me, thank God. You know, there's another time that God showed up in my life, one of the first times, and then through my life, you know what I mean? He kept showing up. You know, so I've had three gun incidents up to that point. One time, almost could have shot her or me or anybody. I was so young. And then the second time was when I shot myself. Didn't tell nobody. Didn't go to the hospital. Didn't tell nobody, man. I hurt the next day so bad I could hardly walk. But I didn't tell nobody. Didn't go to the hospital. God showed up. I mean, you're talking went in my front and out the back. So, and then the time that I threw my wrist up in front of my face and I didn't get shot in the head. You know, there's a purpose for all of us. And when we start looking at what God has done for us and we realize that, we'll start to become grateful. So with that being said, I'm going to stop there. I'll make another part to this. It's going to be a long one, but I mean, there's a lot of damage. But I want everybody to know that where I come from, you know, I want to, how do you say, validate myself in all aspects of people to know that I'm not better than nobody and no worse than anybody. I'm just choosing Jesus today. With that being said, God bless y'all. Y'all have a good day. Yahweh always.